What's going on, everybody? Episode 2, Conversations with the Family. You got Jordan Bramlett over here. You got Zack Brooks joining in again. On this episode, we're going to be talking about the second chapter in Think and Grow Rich, and the topic is faith. Before we dive back in, check my dog out. Got him a fresh cut.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kind of jealous because I'm still looking a little shaggy myself, but I don't know how you pull that off, knowing everybody can't get their haircuts right now, but you definitely got a plug. Shout out to the barbers, man.
So listen, first of all, shout out to the barbers. My brother did this one. Then Uncle Pat, he normally gets them together. I kind of flip-flop between both of them. You kind of know how we've been doing it.
Yeah.
Same barber for years. Don't worry, I did do my social distancing. He actually cut me in the garage, away from the family. We had to get the ring light out, and I mean, he wasn't playing. So we did do the social distancing thing. That's no big deal. But I had to get myself together. I was looking rough last video. This one I had to come back.
I want to thank everybody that came and watched the first video. Just threw it out there, one take, just push start on the video. And we've got great reviews, and we've been even more motivated to come out with some more content at a quicker pace.
For sure.
So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Again, on this one, we're going to talk about faith. Zack, what you think about the initial thoughts of faith and where Napoleon Hill is kind of going at with it in this chapter?
So my initial thoughts on faith, when I'm thinking about faith, the first thing that comes to my mind is religion.
Okay.
But then I understood that you can't only look at faith through one lens, and religion can't be that only lens. So then I started thinking about faith in myself, all right? And I kind of understand a couple things that I battled with throughout life was, do I have enough confidence in myself? Am I good enough? Am I making the right decisions? Not trusting my judgment. And then when you kind of look at the definition of faith, man, you got to think it's about complete trust and confidence. But then I realized I can't go through life double dutching, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, my entire life. So I'm like, my next decision from here on out, I'm going head first, all in. I got complete trust and confidence in my decision. And then when I kind of bring that type of energy to the process or to the occasion, I know then I got faith in myself. So that's kind of how I took it.
Yeah, for me, faith is kind of, there's so many areas and angles you can kind of go down with that. I definitely want to say that, there's a faith in God, because I feel like God kind of puts me in these situations regardless of the situation, that I can always overcome through any obstacles that I have. I think it's also goes back to a mindset thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it begins with your thought process. I like to be a little more optimistic on things, regardless of the circumstances that I'm in, that something positive is going to happen, even though I know and on the idea that I can't control every circumstance that I'm faced with.
Right, I agree 100%. A side note. So now that we started doing these videos, right, I've always watched different podcasts or different YouTube videos and YouTube interviews. What's your favorite one so far? What's your most watched one? This is a side note, and I'm thinking about it. And the only reason I'm thinking about it is because I've been watching T.I.'s YouTube video or podcast, and I enjoy it. But I like the way he's so comfortable in his podcast, and it's kind of, I just pick up from different YouTube videos and different podcasts and interviews. I kind of like to take from there.
The podcast has been pretty heavy on me. I enjoy off the basketball, sports related topics. I like the I want all the smoke with Matt Barnes. I do like the Breakfast Club. That's pretty much my go-to. I like Sway's Universe, his interview platform that he has. And then I kind of just, type in anybody's. I'm just open to listening to anybody's podcast.
Trying to get fed.
Just in whatever the theme of the topic is, just to give myself some diversity.
Okay. All right. Cool. Shout that out. All right. So I do got a question for you. My questions do be a little longer. I apologize for that, but let's jump right into it. So the author states, I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and myself. So my question for you is, do you think society has a hard time grasping that concept?
my opinion, I can't say that I don't think that people are aware of the concept to the level that you're asking. And it's not that they're not grasping it. I think it's more so what they're deciding to put themselves around, or I guess in some form of thinking, the diet or what they intake.
Right.
I know for me in my classroom, and even when I'm coaching with the rest of my coaching staff, I mean, we're big on energy and vibes. So like we kind of put out there nothing but positive energy and positive thoughts.
Positive
Just
vibes only.
you know, for sure. Just because I feel like a lot of the people or a lot of young people are accustomed, or they're witnessing so much negativity. It's an uphill battle trying to feed into, you know, that issue alone. So it takes us like leaders to, you know, put the positive energy or positive thoughts onto them. And then it takes the individual to have that mindset shift on what they want to subscribe to.
Creating that tough mentality, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And not necessarily physically tough, but mentally tough. Because far too often, anybody you come in contact with, they can tend to break down mentally.
Yeah.
And whenever you start to break down mentally, a lot of things start to crumble. So if you can create that mental and physical toughness in your head to overcome certain situations and obstacles, I think, man, you'll be fine. Like anybody will be fine in life.
And I think it goes too with, like, you know, everything, firm believer in John C. Maxwell's quote, learned it in college, everything rises and falls upon leadership.
Man.
So for me, for the clientele of students that I teach under special ed, I have high expectations upon them, regardless of the disabilities they may or may not have.
Right.
And even with my players, any young person from the fourth graders I started out with to the 5-star, 4-star elite players that I've coached already, they're going to get the toughness, and I'm going to create a hard environment for them to flourish and to prosper under. But even more so, that I think that there's a belief in me and my hard work and my effort and my energy that I pour into them that gives them the faith that I'm gonna listen to this man.
Yeah.
Something about this man, I believe in him. What he says is gonna work. And
Walk into a room with full of confidence. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I mean it's on me to like instill it into them, because the environments that I create, whether it's in my classroom or on the court, that they're extremely tough. But I try to put it in a situation where everybody can benefit from.
Yeah.
And I think people also got to just own the idea that with faith, like, you just don't instantly get it.
No.
It's something that you have to keep doing every
Yeah.
single day. And I think I mentioned on the last episode that, you know, repetition is the father of learning.
Yeah.
It's just you have to put in the work every single day.
You're gonna hear me talk a lot about trust in the process, and that's what I call faith. Trust in the process. You know what I mean? I have to realize, and this is what I learned, and like you said, I teach my students, I teach my athletes the same thing. Trust the process. Everything might not be crystal clear when you start doing it, but as long as you're trusting the process, then the outcome is going to be great. You know what I mean? Crazy thing is, this morning, I'm on a Zoom conference with all the realtors in Kentucky. Not all of them, but it was a Zoom conference for the realtors in Kentucky. So the guy who, the president of the Lexington chapter, he was like, leadership is not easy, but it's the right thing to do. And I'm like,
That's
what?
hard.
I wrote it down.
That's
So I do
hard.
challenge everybody watching the video. Always keep a pen, an index card, a Post-it note, a notebook beside you, because so many thoughts, ideas, and good conversations come across you, and you forget them. You know,
Yeah.
that's something that I would have forgotten.
Yeah.
As impactful as it was, I know I would have forgot it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wrote it down immediately, and I'm like, what? And I didn't know when to say this, but then when you brought up leadership, I said, oh, he just walked me right into that topic.
Yeah.
Leadership is not easy, but it's the right thing to do, you know? And then as long as we continue to display it, I think we'll be fine, and then everybody steps up with it.
I think too, though, just tying it back in with faith, though, I think, you know, again, it starts with the thoughts that you have, and then coupled with that is the emotion.
Yeah.
I think when you take a thought and you tie it into some sort of emotion, Now, I'm promoting a positive emotion
Yeah.
that I do believe in the law of attraction. With
Right.
the thought, the positive emotion, you're going to attract whatever it is on the other end that you want. And on the flip side, there's the consequence. If you have a negative thought and you react in a negative emotion, something bad is going to happen.
You got that negative mind frame.
So, you just got to turn into the process of you just continuously having positive thoughts, and then even just surround yourself with like-minded individuals that kind of give you that extra push to get to where you think. I think that faith is a state of mind. I think success is a state of mind, as also failure. They both, all of those coupled with action is how what are you doing to get to each end of that stick?
I agree.
Now, we're both two young men, both happily in love with our women. In reading this, I thought this was the flyest, little quote right now that it said in the book that men of outstanding accomplishment nearby was an influence of a woman's love. Not even 24 hours ago, I was just watching Barack Obama's Netflix movie, and it was before Michelle Obama was in it, but I just thought when I reread this, and I seen that part, I thought of Barack Obama, I thought of Jay-Z, and then so many times, like the woman, they play the shadows. Anybody that knows me know mine. She plays the back, and she just be chilling. Yeah. And I give her all types of praise because she deserves it. But she don't do it for the praise. She do it for the love because she just wants to see me grow and ascend.
Right.
And that's where I get a lot of the accomplishments, man. So I just wanted to see, how you felt on that, or did you catch that? Because I thought that was just the flyest thing out.
I did catch it. That's something that caught my eye. I thought it was interesting that when you're thinking about Think and Grow Rich. So when you're talking about Think and Grow Rich, a woman's love plays a huge part in the way you build assets.
Yeah.
But I was always taught, raised by a single mother, I watched a woman be the head of the household. I watched a woman hold it all down. So when I'm thinking of a woman's love, I was able to see that growing up. And I seen my mom love all of her kids while maintaining the job, while able to build assets. So immediately it caught my attention and I understood. It clicked.
See, I think that's what's dope though, because we both, we're lucky, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate, because we both have the mother's love, we both have the love of a significant other. It might come from a teacher. It just doesn't, but just to show out too for the woman, like a woman's love does, because there's something about their intrinsic, intuitive trait that they have.
Yeah.
That they see stuff that we don't see. And I know me, I put my head down, I go to work, and I'll be oblivious to a lot of situations.
Sometimes we get one-track minded, you know what I mean?
For sure.
We get a target and we're locked on that target to where women, they multitask way better than we do. I'll give them that, you know what I mean? So shout out to all the women who watch this. Shout out to y'all. And no doubt, we don't compete. We need women, I promise you, you know what I mean? Just for the intelligence that they bring. I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes we get stubborn. We think we know it all, but we're looking at it from one perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, no doubt. But, so my next question for you. Napoleon references the Great Depression in this chapter and states, out of this experience will arise a leader in business and industry. Can we say the same about the tragic time that we're in?
I mean, I got faith.
Facts.
I'm an optimistic person, so I do believe. I do think that there's going to be great leaders that come from this community of Louisville. I think that there's going to be great leaders that come from Kentucky. I think there's going to be great leaders that come from all areas of the world in this moment of time. Not too long on, I plan on being one of those guys. I am going to be one of those leaders that comes from this tragic.
This time period?
Oh yeah,
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I mean, just if we take a step back and we look at it, history repeats itself, and all great empires have failed. And I don't think that there's been a great empire or anything that we can relate this moment in time to right now. But every person in this world is affected by this pandemic. I don't care if you're Australian, African, European, an American, a Mexican, whoever you are, you're going to know what was going on in your life during this pandemic.
2020.
And,
right.
you know, what you do with your time, your resources moving forward is, you know, it's on you.
Right.
And granted, everybody's situation is different, but I just do believe that, like, the people that are going to come from the rubble and rise up, right now it's going to be the youth. I think it's going to be the creatives. I think it's going to be the thinkers, the movers, the shakers, the hustlers, the entrepreneurs. Just anybody that has that internal grit inside them that's going to be like, you know, I'm going to take this opportunity regardless of what it is, and I'm going to rise up out of that.
Man, hey, and one thing I want to add to that is, I look back and it's like, where were you when 9/11 happened? And you know immediately, okay, this is where I was, this is where I was. Same thing. We have a pandemic that has stopped the entire world, you know, and it's all about who is hungry enough to come out on top. Like, who wants it more?
Yeah.
You know, where's your mentality at right now? You know, what do you have faith in? Are you confident in whatever you're putting in place, your plan?
Yeah.
You know, lock that plan in, be confident about it.
Yeah.
Understand what you want to do and come out on top.
I think the best thing a person can do too, though, since we all have to some degree some time, is to take action.
Yeah.
Take action right now on whatever their dreams, their goals, their ambitions are. For me, I spoke on me, you know, trying to be on the path of financial freedom. On the physical fitness, I plan on changing and improving for myself, but just even continually learning and everything, because I know that there are people watching me, and I know that I have the faith in myself, and I know that I have the platform that I can inspire and help people get to their destination and close the gap from where they are and where they want to be. So, you know, between the both of us and the young lives that we reach, I mean, we're the leaders that we're talking about right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But, you know, this faith is it just, especially during these times, because I would say that I'm blessed right now, because, you know, as a teacher, we're still being able to get our paychecks or whatever, and we're not really affected by it. But I want to hopefully, you know, I want to empathize with the people who are affected by this.
Yeah.
And I want to, you know, encourage them to have faith that, you know, that their situations will improve throughout these times.
Right.
I got a question though for you. Every man is who he is due to the dominating thoughts he permits to occupy his mind. I would like to know, what are some of the dominating thoughts that you have?
Yeah. So you're talking about the way I think, right?
Whatever consumes your mind, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, what is always on the brink of your mind right now at this point as a man?
I think, man, for me to stay sane, I have so many things running through my head, right? So for me to stay sane, I create a routine. So I have a routine in my head just to keep track of everything. So it channels all of my thoughts. I don't want it to become overwhelming. So without giving you my whole routine, this is what I do in the morning. So this is how my thought process works in the morning. So the first 30 to 45 minutes in the morning, I wake up, I thank God. You know, I talk to God for a minute, and then I reflect on my goals. So I get to thinking about what do I want to accomplish. And then after I reflect on my goal, I have to give myself positive words of affirmation.
Right.
I don't know about anybody else, but those positive words help me out. So I can do this. I am the man. I know what I'm doing. I got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are my positive words of affirmation. And then once I do that, and the main reason I do that is so I don't wake up and social media does not consume my mind. The news won't consume my mind. Those are negatives that I will not allow in my head the first thing in the morning. So I have to do that every morning. I wake up and I go through my routine. And that's just my first 30 to 45 minute routine before I do anything else. You know what I mean? I do not want to open my eyes and go straight to my phone.
If you don't mind, do you have one of your affirmations you care to, give to the public?
No, I don't mind. Just the main one I do tell myself is, I can't be stopped. That's my main affirmation. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop. And the reason I say that is because when I'm grinding, I've hit so many hurdles. It don't matter how many punches that I've taken, I'm going to get back up. I'm going to keep moving. I can't be stopped.
That's crazy. You done created a pun. For y'all that don't know, he was a track athlete, scholarship athlete at K-State, and he did the hurdles.
Yes.
And, for him to say that he's hitting the hurdles, that's an issue. He can't be good, but figuratively, if he's getting over them hurdles, I thought that was dope. I don't know if you caught that or not. One affirmation that I don't have my affirmations. I'm still in the process. I wrote them down. I'm still just trying to memorize them. But one of the affirmations that I do want to give to you all that I came up and created myself is that I am at my best when I'm leading, educating, coaching, and positively influencing others.
I like that.
And I got a couple more, but I'm still trying to get my routine down.
We'll save them though. You know what I mean? We'll save them.
But before we end this video or this episode, I do want to leave you guys a poem that Napoleon Hill put in the faith chapter. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it is almost certain you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out of the world we find, success begins with the fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you are outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or late, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. So I wanted to end that for you guys and maybe encourage you guys to check this book out.
Right. And before we go, don't forget, think, grow, and inform. Follow me on social media, Instagram, Zack Be the Realtor, Facebook, Zack Brooks.
Definitely like, subscribe us on this YouTube channel, Family Ties on Facebook, Jordan Bremen on Facebook, and even on Instagram, familyties.own. Peace.